Hi guys, how you doing? What's up? So I'm looking at latest video on Crypto Savvy and he keeps showing this chart. He's been showing this chart a lot before, and this is Amazon.com bubble 2000 and Bitcoin crypto bubble right now, where he's saying that we're gonna go back down to 36 or whatever, right? Regardless, he's been showing a lot of this chart and he's comparing Amazon.com bubble with what's happening right now with Bitcoin. And I'm here to just tell you that the guy has no clue. Now, nobody likes Crypto Savvy. He's rude to his followers. He doesn't know TI. He doesn't understand patterns. So I'm going to explain to you why these two charts are not the same. Because I think it's interesting and I actually like to talk about these kind of things. So, Amazon.com bubble 2000, this is on 1 week time frame. Bitcoin crypto bubble, this on monthly time frame. So time frames don't actually matter when it comes to patterns, because you can have the same kind of pattern, 5-minute time frame that you have on monthly time frame. It really does matter. Patterns are just, psychological movements of the price. That said, they're still not the same, and let me explain to you why they're not the same. So maybe he's watching this video, so maybe he'll learn a thing or two. Where are we gonna start? So this is the Bitcoin chart. This is the Amazon chart. If you zoom out a little bit over here, what you're gonna see, this is the Amazon chart is all the way back down here. This is the part that we are talking about, and we are not talking about this big part over here. We gotta go all the way back down in 2000 when there was a internet bubble and everything exploded. So he's comparing these two charts, and I have these two charts next to each other right over here, so you can see this a little bit better. Again, this is on a weekly time frame, this is on the monthly time frame. So what he is saying in the video is that right now the charts are the same. You gotta 1 2 move, 1 2 move, then you gotta pull back down, then you gotta this third move up here, third move up here, and right now comes this part towards the downside. This is totally wrong, because once I actually show you what I'm gonna show you, you'll understand that these two charts are very much the same, but they already played out. And right now we are not actually going in this move towards downside over here where we are right now, and I'm going to show you right now where we are, and this playing a little bit differently. This over here is like 2019 bottom up here. Right now we are somewhere over here. Okay, so that's where we are. So where did it go wrong? Where did Crypto Savvy go wrong, and how is this actually bad? So first of all, what we have to understand, this is the weekly time frame. This part over here that he's saying, this is the double top over here. Let me go over here to this chart. This part over here, this double top up here, is not actually the top. This is just a part of the move that happened over here. These kind of weeks over here, just before we actually hit the top, this was this move over here. Sorry, where was that? This move over here. Yeah, this move up here came somewhere over here. Yeah, it came somewhere over there. The thing is that on this chart over here, this just exploded too much towards upside and it pulled back, but it was still the same move towards upside. So entire part up here, this is the very first pump towards upside. This is the very first pump. The second pump up here, when it came towards downside, it went the second time. This is the double top up here. So first pump over here, second pump up here, first pump, second pump. This is the double top, and then it went into the bear market. Then we went into the bear market. That's why we knew we were down in the bear market when we hit 20k. One of the reasons, right? And you're gonna see that how this actually playing out. So what we have to do on this chart over here is go a little bit down in time frame. And you'll see that the thing that exploded towards the upside over here on NASDAQ, that's this part over here. It can happen that the charts are the same, but the different moves are differently, because you kind of have a low liquidity markets where the stuff pumps or doesn't pump, and you have a high liquidity market where the stuff pumps more. So over here there was definitely a huge amount of euphoria over here, and you can see this as well over here. There's a huge amount of euphoria, so stuff pumped. It didn't pump all the way up there, but it still did pump. Then we had a small pullback up here, small pullback. Then we had this this double top up here. Now this top up here played a little bit differently up here. Maybe you can even go to the small time frames over here, not on this chart. On this chart over here, maybe we can go in down to small time frames over here. If you can just get it, this is 2000. We gotta go a long way back. Sorry about this. There we go. And no, the last part wasn't actually playing the same, but there was a zigzag pattern up here, and then it broke towards the downside. Not this one. Where is it? Yeah, this part over here. There was a zigzag pattern, it broke towards downside. We came into down over here. You can see up here, we came down over here. We did this pulled back towards downside below the support level, bounced above that, and continued towards the upside. There was also a pullback up here before the previous move up here towards stop, and that was the move up here towards stop. There was a big big try to go higher up here, big euphoria, and then that broke down, and once it actually broke towards down here, it actually just continued rallying towards the downside of here. And the same thing happened over here. We broke the support level, went down, tried to retest that, and continued towards downside towards 20,000. So you can see up here that they are the same kind of pattern, but not the way he is actually describing them. So the difference in the pattern is that let me just I'll go over here. The difference in the pattern is when you're looking at the weekly time frame is that you don't actually see this move very clearly. So he's looking at weekly time frame. But if you go up here, higher time frames over here, what you're gonna see, and you can still see that over here, this is just big extension towards upside. You clearly see that this part over here, this move over here is not that extension towards the upside. This is not the top. This is just overextension towards upside, a pullback. This is the top, this is the top, this is the double top, and then it went down over here. The same thing goes over here, just on a bigger time frames. Up here on monthly time frame, you'll see that this is the top, this is the top, double top, and then a pullback towards downside, right? They're kind of the same pattern, but not the way he describes it. He is wrong when he's saying that there are actually 3 tops up here at the top. So if you see on this chart over here that he is actually posting 1, 2, 3 tops. This over here is not the top. It's just overextensions, and he doesn't understand this because he's not technical analyst. I don't know what he is, but he's not technical analyst. Anyways, and he's showing the same thing that's happening up here, but what he is not doing is that these 2 tops up here are these 2 tops, because the charts can be squeezed and not squeezed, and it can be in different time frames, stuff like that. So figuring out which pattern is correct, which is not, which is the same, which is not the same, because they can kind of look the same but not play exactly the same, and so forth, and technically they are the same, but not the way he actually describes it. They are the same in effect that what is the chart, that we have a double top, and we had a double top over here. We can also go a little bit higher up here on monthly time frame. You'll see on the monthly time frame this actually played out almost to the T, right? Almost to the T. So we had this double top over here towards upside, double top towards upside up here, pull back below the support levels, pull back below support, went into the accumulation zone down here at the bottom. We were in an accumulation zone, we exploded towards upside. The problem up here is that right now what's happening, what happened in Amazon, it doesn't have to play, the patterns don't play out forever. They play, certain parts of the pattern play out, and then some other patterns arises and changes. Right now we might be somewhere over here or somewhere over here at the tops, because we are already at these tops up here previously, right? So we already did this big climb towards upside. But what you're gonna see here, after accumulation zone down here, it did a couple of moves up here, and we did the same thing up here. One move up here, I mean technically over here there was 3 moves up here before we actually started going towards upside, but you can see up here there were a couple of moves before we actually continued towards upside. And just before we actually exploded on Amazon towards upside up here, you'll see up here that these are the tops. We broke these tops, we came a couple of moves towards downside. Everybody was very bearish, and then we explode towards the upside. This is also what we kind of expecting right now to happen to Bitcoin. Right now we're expecting this zigzag pattern up here eventually just to explode towards the upside, give or take when this is going to happen. That's not so important right now, but you'll see right now, if you're going to compare to the Amazon chart, Amazon just went up after that. Will this be the case for Bitcoin? Will Bitcoin go to 1 million in this bull run? I don't know, but I thought the pattern is interesting. It's not the pattern that Crypto Savvy is describing, because he's wrong. On the other hand, it is the same pattern, but it is already played out. And right now the way we see it, if you are just gonna look at the pattern down here, we already had the double top again. We already had the double top over here. We already had a pullback, we already had a bear market, we already had the accumulation zone, we already had a move outside of that accumulation zone, we had the consolidation up here, if you can call it consolidation up here, and right now we are somewhere over here, give or take, most likely up here somewhere before the next move towards the upside. Just so much. Don't watch Crypto Savvy. The guy is so wrong. He's gonna get you wrecked. Guys, have a nice day. Bye bye.